I received a lot of positive feedback about custom bootloader tutorial on my channel, where I used the dual bank feature of the microcontroller to store two applications within the flash memory. But at the same time, I also received a lot of requests to explain how to design a classical bootloader when you have the bootloader and application within the flash memory. So recently I decided to fill this gap and started working on this project. So in this video, I want to give you a general view of designing a classical custom bootloader. I will also explain really important concepts in microcontrollers like vector table address, linker script, and how to switch to the application. And if you understand them, the microcontrollers will no longer be like a black box. You will start understanding the fundamental ideas microcontroller functioning. So let's get started. And before that, I also want to point out that currently I'm designing STM32 Bootloader Design course from scratch. So if you're looking for detailed guidance like line by line, you can refer to this course, and I will put the link in the description below. So let's get started. When we design the bootloader, we need to send the application like a binary file from our computer to the microcontroller. And I already covered those topics before in custom bootloader design based on the dual bank mode. So I'm going to skip those parts, because if you need that information, you can refer to those videos. So sending the binary file, receiving the binary file using the UART and storing it within the flash memory, I'm going to skip those parts. Instead, we will switch to preparing the application file and how we can run once we finish the updating the application binary file. So the first thing to note is that when we receive the application file, we store it at a specific place. And to define the onset address, I have this macro. So to explain how I got this number, let me refer to the flash memory organization, how it's structured. So basically, first thing to note is that the flash memory starts from this address 8 and 6 zeros. And starting from this address, we are going to store the bootloader. So first we have place for the bootloader, and then we have the application. So if I just show this illustration, so imagine that this is the start of the flash memory, 8 and 6 zeros, and then we have the bootloader, and then we have this point where we start storing the application. Okay, so when we define this point, we have to make sure that this place is enough for the bootloader. So when we update the application, we will not overwrite the bootloader code. This is extremely important. And when I define it, first I build my project, and I can see the size, the amount of bytes we need for the bootloader. And if you look this number at C800, so let me open hex C800, we have this number of bytes, which is much greater than this value, more than twice. And that's why I can be sure that by defining this address, this point, we will not overwrite the bootloader. And if I divide by the 2048, we have 25. What does it mean? Every page size is 2048, so meaning that I keep 25 pages of the flash memory to the bootloader, and the rest is for the application. So let's move on. So when we receive the data, we start storing starting from this address. So imagine that we receive all the binary file, and next thing we need to switch to the application. So before explaining that, I also have to explain a few more concepts related to the application code. So when we prepare our application code, the code that we want to run, that we want to update, we need to specify that the address, the application will be stored starting from this address. So we are not going to store the application starting from the flash memory address. Instead, we have our own address where we store the application. So when we build the application, we have to specify it somewhere. And for that, we use the LD linker script. So the linker script, maybe I will make another tutorial on that topic, but to put it simply, the linker script is a file which plays an important role in compiling the project. So when you compile your projects, you basically have some virtual addresses, but the linker script will give you physical meaning to all the variables, all functions within your code. So here we have a place called flash. So by default, when you create a new project, it is initialized to this value, because the ID assumes that you store your data, your code, starting from the flash memory address, starting from this address. But since we're designing our own custom hardware, our own custom bootloader, we have to edit that, and we have to set it to the value from which we store the application. So this is the first really important change when you build your application project. Then the next important thing is the vector table. So here we have the place to define the vector table, which is system init. And I want to explain the meaning of the vector table and why we are defining the address of it. What's the point of all these actions? So for that, let me first explain what a vector table means. So for that, let me open the starter file. So within the starter file, we have these lines, and let me explain what is it. The vector table is extremely important for the microcontroller functions. It holds the addresses of all interrupts. So let me explain why it is so important. Imagine that you have external interrupt. So when you press the button, external interrupt triggered, and the external interrupt handler function is automatically invoked, is automatically executed. And how does microcontroller know which function to execute? The answer is vector table. The vector table is basically defines the interrupt handler function addresses. So for example, you have an interrupt, and every interrupt has its own number. Let's say number 15 is triggered, then it goes to this vector and it finds number 15. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here it finds the external. Then it extracts the address stored on place 15. Then it runs the function defined within this place. So this way it can correctly execute all the interrupt handlers. Apart from that, apart from the addresses of interrupt handler functions, it holds two more important pieces of information. First is stack. So this is the MSP, main stack pointer. So when you, for example, create local variables, everything is stored inside of the RAM, and this main stack pointer is necessary to track those libraries, those local variables. And then we have another important thing is reset handler. So the second element in the vector defines from which point the microcontroller runs your code. Because when you plug into your microcontroller, when you power on, it has to start from somewhere, from some address. And this second element defines the address, the onset address, the address from which the microcontroller has to run your code. And this is usually reset handler. And the reset handler is defined within the startup file, which is just over here. So it does all these things, and then eventually it runs your main function. So before running the main, we have all these instructions defined within the reset handler. So that's why we have this vector table. And this leads to the next important question, where this vector table is located within the flash memory. The answer is this thing, VTOR. So VTOR is basically address, is a register basically that holds the vector table address. So when you power on the microcontroller fetches the data stored within this register. From that, it extracts the vector table address, then it goes to that address, and then it extracts all the information placed here. Then it extracts the second, let's say, element, then it starts executing your code. And we have this VTOR register. And by default, we don't need to define this register because it makes sure that vector table address is defined as the onset of the flash memory address, starting from these 8 6 zeros. But as I said here, when we have the application, we no longer start executing the data from this point. We have our own custom address. So that's why we have to redefine this VTOR register. And how do we do that? We do it within the system init. Actually, all those things are everything is defined. The only thing is that this point is commented like this by default. So what do you have to do? You have to remove those things. And then you have to define the offset. So we have the base, flash base, which is already this number 6 and 8 and the 6 zeros. And then we just add the offset, which is C80. It has to be C80. Okay. So this way we define the offset. And then when we start running the application, we redefine the vector table address so it can extract the interrupt handler functions addresses correctly, and it can start executing our code and everything in a proper way. So those are two things we have to make sure we have to update within the application file. Next, let's go back to the bootloader. So imagine that we already finished sending the binary file. It is time to switch to the application. So here, let me explain how I switch to the application. So first thing, we have MSP, main stack pointer, and we have to update its value. So for that, we use this set MSP function, and the MSP, main stack pointer of the application file, is started is stored on the onset of the application binary file. So it is stored at this point. So we extract this information, then we update it. And another important thing to take into account is the interrupts. So imagine that you have one interrupt triggered, but you haven't handled that yet. And then you update the vector table address because we're switching to the application, but that interrupt is not handled that yet. And then we update the vector table address, and then it goes to the wrong pointer, to the wrong address to execute the handler function. Then your microcontroller will end up with in the hard fault state. So to avoid those kind of problems, we always disable the interrupt before switching to the application. And from the application side, we can enable it back. So let me show it. So if I open the application, if I go to main.c, so here I enable it back, but before switching to the application, we have to disable it. So we disable the interrupts, we deinitialize all the peripherals if needed. Then we have to extract the second information, which is the reset handler, from which we want to the point where we start running the application, because we want the microcontroller to start running our application. So this data is stored as the second element within the flash memory address, within the application binary file. And starting from this, we have main stack pointer 4 bytes. Then the next 4 bytes holds the reset handler address. So here I'm updating that. I'm getting this number. Then I'm defining it as the function. Then I start running this function. So this way I can successfully switch to the application. So that's it. Hope all the concepts are clear. And next thing, if you want really detailed guide, as I said you can refer to this bootloader course, which I am still designing, but currently you can already enroll and you can already enjoy the UART and the flash memory introduction. So there I explain how to store the data within the flash memory and how to send the binary over the UART interface. So thanks a lot, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave your comments in the discussion below.